What's up, guys? It's Ramon from NyneBlockGaming&Collectibles coming at you with another review. Today I have the Mafex 218 Phoenix from the X-Men line of figures. Here you see the clear clamshell packaging with the comic book Phoenix here. They do that for their comic figures. Especially the Marvel. Here we have Phoenix with her hands out. Here you have multiple posed images of Phoenix, and here you have Jean Grey as the Phoenix just standing there. And as you can see, a big disappointment for me with this figure is the lack of accessories. We get a belt, and that's it. Belt and hands with additional head sculpts. The head sculpts I enjoy. We have like a windblown, so it's not just the same exact identical hair sculpt being used with different face iterations for each one, but like a flame effect or anything to be able to display a power-using Phoenix. One of the strongest forces in the X-Men storylines is the Phoenix Force, and not being able to display any of that power is slightly disappointing with this, but I'm going to crack this open and I will be right back. So here is Jean Grey out of the box. You can see this windswept hair. Now, it's Mafex, so the paint applications are great. You can see this hair. It's actually somewhat flexible. I wish we would have got flexible hair like this with Thor. You can see it actually moves. The belt, a flexible plastic as well. This one just hangs by her side. But great looking figure, great paint apps. Now let's go over the additional head sculpts. You can see this one's hair is a little more curly. This one is down by the side, so we have a yelling straight down hair here. And for head swaps, just pops off the peg very easily. Odd choice of peg color there if you end up seeing that through the peg, which you can't, so it's decent. You would be able to see that green peg, but I really like this head sculpt. And for the belt change, I would assume it would be fairly simple to pull off, and I'm going to have to heat it up. She is not popping off at the waist at all. So that belt's not getting changed right now. I apologize for that, but I mean, there's an issue, but you can see you have it flailed out to the side. Heads plug in very, very easy. And then the hands we get, and this is just, for Mafex, it's just a straight peg. It's longer, so they stay on. They just peg one like that. So very easy to change. This is your first Mafex, or you haven't watched any other Mafex reviews. Here, instead of the fingers being straight, they're slightly curved in with the pinky pointing out slightly further than the rest of the fingers. And then we have fists. That's it. Outside of the typical stand you get from your Mafex figures, that is it for this Phoenix. Alright guys, sorry about that. Daughter came upstairs. Didn't want the video to get interrupted, so I paused it. But now we will go over the articulation. Head moves forward that far. Each one of these hairs are going to have issues moving back. It goes only about straight up and down. You get a ton of side to side here, and then you can't fully rotate because of the hair. It gets blocked here by the shoulder, but you get a ton of range out of that neck. Arms will go up above 90 degrees, so you get a T, or higher than T pose. You got a butterfly joint in there. that gets a very good amount of range, enables the arm to cross over in the front, almost touch fingertips, which you can get to do along with the other joints, but that's just the butterfly. There is a bicep swivel. It's a little tight, so beware of that moving. You get double jointed elbow that only goes slightly above 90 degrees. Yep, both moved out there. Again, this is similar to Tamashii wrist pegs, where you have to actually move this peg in order to get the articulation. You can see there is a peg hole there, but if I want to move it this way, you move the peg like that. Diaphragm, you get some side to side, decent amount down, very good amount back, and then with the waist joint, she gets a ton of range. You can cover that gap up with the belt if it bothers you. It almost looked like this belt was articulable and it had some articulation to it. It does not. The waist goes side to side as well, a very good amount, as you can see here. And it will fully rotate 360 at the waist, not at the diaphragm. The waist can freely move 360 degrees. Drop down peg at the hip enables it to move out of the way. One of the things they started doing is these bottom waist pieces are flexible plastic now, so they don't scratch or get in the way of the joint. So you can see, I mean, that's how high it goes, which is ridiculous. Back as far as you would like for it to go, and to the side above 90 degrees. So these legs get an insane amount of articulation. Double jointed knee. You get your swivel up here at the waist. And then a ton of movement out of the ankle. So the articulation of this figure is probably is where it's going to completely destroy the Hasbro. But Hasbro has the effects, which is odd to say because a couple years ago, effects weren't what we were getting from our Hasbro figure. One of the only issues I see with this figure, first, I have some paint defects. You can see there's green paint. This is painted gold over. If you scratch that, it's going to show the green through. Mine came like that, just at the tips. It doesn't look like it was painted correctly. But again, articulation wise, I mean, look at the figures. Insane articulation. We get full splits in both directions out of the legs. Just great articulation. So I'm going to give this figure a 7. Accessories, 6. Paint apps, 10. All of them look gorgeous. I mean, I lie. Paint apps would be 10 if it wasn't for this. 9, and we're going to give it a 9. Because I have some green where that gold is. The accessories, again, just the only thing we get outside of hands and heads is a belt, and that is horrendous because it's like a flowing belt, but this is soft flexible plastic. You could heat this up and pose it however you want, so it's almost a pointless inclusion in this packaging. 9 out of 10. It's great packaging, and the fact you get a stand is great that's packaged with. But I will do a comparison after I review both figures. I just got my Marvel Legends Phoenix as well. And then we have the Dark Phoenix Marvel Legends released not so long ago that I also have displayed in her red suit. And that is when she's essentially evil. But Great figure, guys. It really depends on what you're looking for if you want to pick this up. I would personally say go with Marvel Legends, and I'll show that in the comparison as to why. But if you're just a die-hard Mafex completionist and you need this in your collection, I don't think it's wasted that you would buy this. I just wish they would have done more with this character. The head and hairs are great. She's going to look great displayed. I just think the Marvel Legends version is a better option of the two. And that's it for the review, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up. If you enjoy watching my content, subscribe to the channel. If you find yourself always watching my content, hit that notification bell. Stay up to date with all my video releases. And guys, comment in the sections, stay active in the group, and until the next video, I will see you. Later, guys.
I'm up on the 9 block where the gamers flock. Action figures and collectibles, we're the top stock. Marvel, DC, but DBZ is the main squeeze. Magic the Gathering, bringing you the ease. Card packs opening, reviews so tight. D9 Dice Gaming under the bright light. 9 block, the channel you gotta see. Gaming and collectibles, we're the key. So hit that subscribe, join the crew. 9 block gaming, we're coming through. Action figures, card games, we do it all on 9 block channel. We stand tall. I'm up on the 9 block where the gamers flock. Action figures and collectibles, we're the top stock. Marvel, DC, but DBZ is the main squeeze. Magic the Gathering, bringing you the ease. Card packs opening, reviews so tight. D9 Dice Gaming under the bright light. 9 block, the channel you gotta see. Gaming and collectibles, we're the key. So hit that subscribe, join the crew. 9 block gaming, we're coming through. Action figures, card games, we do it all on 9 block channel. We stand tall.